Top 10 most disappointing movies I've ever seen. All 10 of these movies broke my heart, pissed me off, and left me wanting my money back. I've wanted to make this video for a very long time. Really, this kind of idea started rolling through my head with 3 movies that made my brother Caleb not want to go to the movies with me anymore, or at least not let me pick the movie anymore. And way back then, like, I thought, you know what, if I had a YouTube channel, that'd be a perfect video topic. And then when I saw The Last Jedi, I thought of it again, and I'm like, I gotta do that list of the most disappointing movies I've ever seen in theaters. The movies that just had my expectations through the roof and completely dropped them on the floor, just shattering all my hopes for the story. But anyway, should I just get into the list and shut the fuck up? Yeah, I should shut up. Number 10 is Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant, it was the sequel to Prometheus, which was a prequel to Alien. And everybody was like, that movie, Prometheus, like, that movie sucked. But I liked it. I thought it had like a bunch of potential, almost like The Force Awakens, that it set up a bunch of stuff, and it was going to rely on the sequel to make it all worth it. And then you got the sequel, which was Alien Covenant, and it just was stupid. Number 9 is The Soloist. The Soloist was a movie with Jamie Foxx and Robert Downey Jr. It was about a columnist played by Robert Downey Jr., who finds this guy, like, homeless man on the street who's had a rough life, seems mentally impaired, but happens to be a fabulous musician. The movie looked so heartfelt, so good, and I went to see it, and it was none of those things. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't heartfelt, it was nothing. It was just, I remember being bored and out of my mind and so disappointed. It was terrible. Number 8 is Saving Mr. Banks. Tom Hanks played Walt Disney, and I can't remember the actress's name, who played the person who wrote Mary Poppins, right? Mary Poppins? You remember that movie, right?
Yeah.
It was terrible, right?
It was like 3 hours long, and it sucked. It sucked.
Yeah, we were the only 3 in the theater. It was just, oh man, it was bad.
After that, me and Caleb were like,
you guys didn't want to let me pick the movie anymore.
Yeah, we were like, Brandon, you are never going to pick the movie ever again.
That wasn't the one that actually broke the camel's, that wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back though. That was number 4, which we're gonna get to. Number 7 is Transformers 2. I went to the theater, sat down to watch Transformers 2, and I remember looking up at the screen like, what the fuck is happening? This is terrible. The racist jokes, the Transformer with a ball sack. You remember that? I am directly under enemy scrotum. Like, what was that? That was just awful. Moving on. 6, Rush Hour 3. Rush Hour 1 and 2 are both fun comedies. They're great. And I remember, man, I was so pumped for Rush Hour 3. Me and my best friend at the time went to see it. And I just remember sitting in the theater again, looking at up at the screen like, what is happening? How is this so bad? This isn't funny. It's not as good. These jokes suck. What happened?
Remember how it starts?
No, how's it start?
It starts with Chris Tucker dancing in the streets.
That part was funny. There's funny parts, but Rush Hour 1 and 2 were funny from beginning to end.
That's how I dream. He's like spinning. Do me, baby.
Oh no, he's singing Prince. Yeah, Do Me Baby.
Do me, baby.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was like the one funny scene.
Number 5 is Man of Steel. This was the first movie out of the 3 that made my brother not want to let me pick the movie anymore. And man, I just remember me and Caleb sitting there like, should we leave? Should we go? Like, what is this?
Like,
should we leave?
In a movie theater,
that movie was so bad I walked out of the theater with a headache. That's when you know you really, when you're like your brain hurts. Like, it was so bad that you have a headache. Number 4. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. This was the one that when me and my brother got home, he was like, fuck you, dude, you are never picking the movie again. He didn't say that, but he said something along those lines. Transcendence was directed by Christopher Nolan's cinematographer. It looked so good. Watch the trailer for this movie. It looks like It will be one of the most epic movies you've ever seen. Johnny Depp, Morgan Freeman. I mean, it looked like it had everything going for it. It was one of those movies where I just kept fucking rewatching the trailer on my phone over and over and over and over again, like, oh my God, this looks so good. And then it was just so disappointing. Number 3, The Last Jedi. I didn't put this one higher, even though it was the movie that really made me want to make this list. I didn't put it higher because deep down, I knew this movie was gonna disappoint me because fans had just blown expectations so high. They had set the bar so high with all their fan theories that it was like, no way, they're not gonna be able to meet that bar. Like, did you really think that they put that much thought and effort into it? Or is this just a Disney movie? You know what I mean? Like, what was more likely? I wanted to believe that they were really putting that much thought and effort into it. But I always knew deep down, like, this is just a Disney movie. And I went to see The Last Jedi, and man, it was top 3 most disappointing theater experiences ever. I remember just sitting there, just the air getting sucked out of the room in the first 2 minutes, and me just sitting there like what are they thinking? What are they doing? Why? Number 2, The Dark Knight Rises. So I remember I came home, we had seen a triple feature. It was in the theater, Batman Begins, then The Dark Knight, and then the premiere of The Dark Knight Rises. We were so pumped, and I got home, and Caleb's just praising it. Oh my God, it was so good, it was so good. And my mom, Caleb walked out of the room, and my mom was like, so it was good? I looked over my shoulder to make sure Caleb wasn't listening, and I was like, it was fucking terrible. You ready for number 1?
Yes.
Are you ready for number 1? Motherfucker. Number 1, most disappointing movie I ever saw in theaters was X-Men 3. This movie was the movie that taught me you can't trust the trailers. You cannot expect, because the previous movies were good, that the future ones will be good too. Up to that point, I had never, ever seen a movie that had disappointed me like that. I had always gone to a movie as a kid, or however old I was by the time X-Men 3 came out, and at least been entertained. And I remember X-Men 3, just this weird feeling of like, this is not what I came for. This is not what I paid to see. This is not what I waited and expected. This is not what they told me I was going to get. It just broke my heart. And I really, after that, like, that was like my movie theater coming of age experience. Like, I always knew after that you have to at least kind of expect to be disappointed, because number 1, the trailers lie, and number 2, like I said, it doesn't matter how good the past ones were. They can fuck anything up. They can just fuck anything up, especially the movies that leave you thinking what's to come must be awesome. You're probably always gonna be let down.
Good, everybody. Shut up. No, again. That was my list of the most disappointing movies I've ever seen in a movie theater. That felt good. Felt good to get that off my chest. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my terrible theater experiences. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share it with someone else who might like it. And as always, if you'd like to see more movie rants, be sure to subscribe for more. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it.